All right, Queens, let's get started, inshallah. Wait, let me go through this. My children woke up this morning to note from me for each of them. Those that can read, reaffirming my love for them and letting them know how amazing and cute they are, mashallah. And I tell you, it has really kept them on track since morning, each behaving nicely. And once the small ones forget themselves, their older brother is there to check on them, not to make them annoyed, though the network here has not permitted me to hear anything since I joined today's session. Today's session, we are just about to start. It's not started. Mashallah. Actually, children do well when you talk to them positively. And that was why we are talking. That's what one of the things we talked about, our thinking. The way you see children and perceive them is what we see most. Allah, they are humans too, and they too, they don't like those things. It's just that it's the way we have trained them, so we can untrain them as well. All right, alhamdulillah. Mm. All right, barakallah fi, great feedbacks, great contributions, and the energy is fully charged. Now we can get started, inshallah. So today, as you have seen, we are talking about separate your emotions from the outcome. A simple analogy, quick analogy for this is, you see what Yasir said. She said that she wrote affirmations, and the children, after reading it and all of that, they behave nicely. Okay, let's assume these children, after the affirmations, they did not behave the way we have anticipated. How are you going to feel? You've done, you've tried to work on, okay, what am I going to do to, to adjust my relationship and all of that. And now here is a plan that you've implemented, which is making them feel good about themselves. That is the whole summary. And the fact, reaffirming your love for them, to make them feel loved and needed, to make them feel attached. You are building the connection, reconnecting the connection, right? So now the children refuse to, like, they are not behaving the way they are behaving now. They are behaving the opposite way. Naturally, how would you feel? Is a general question. Did you get me? Like, okay, you've been trying all your best to make sure your child is you tried all this principle we've been saying. You tried to be nice to them, you tried to validate their emotions, like you've said. You've tried to do this and that, and it's still not, just, they are just still behaving the way they are behaving. No change at all. How are you going to feel, sister? Will you be happy? Before you remember dua it, there's still one, there's something. Before you remember dua, there is a feeling that you would feel naturally. It's just your ability to control yourself. Mashallah, I love your thinking. I love your thinking. You see, yeah, set punishment, because you will be angry. You'll be like, what? Like, I've tried. You might want to get frustrated. Anger might start setting in, and all of that. So that's why we are talking about separating your emotions from the outcome. You have put in your effort. You should expect. I love the way you guys. I'm looking at those that are saying this, and I understand why you are coming from that perspective. But before you pause and reflect, before you calm down, before you think of another strategy or principle, before you will naturally, you will feel hungry. You might even feel like, hey, you these children, and you feel like all your effort is just, is just how will I put it, it's not showing, it's not working. You might even give up, like, whoa, all these things, it cannot even work. Oh, it cannot even work, you understand? So that's why you should learn how to separate. In fact, not only in this case, in your life, like generally, if you talk to if you talk to psychologists, they will tell you that you are the only person responsible for your emotions. You shouldn't allow anyone's behavior, anyone character and all of that controls the way you feel. Else, oftentimes you'll be sad, oftentimes you'll be angry. Or just today, how many people have come to you with good, if you meet a lot of people, if you meet fewer people, you might not really understand. But if you meet a lot of people today, most likely you have seen some people that might have said something that might have made you angry and stuff like that. So if you did not separate the way you feel from others people talk, character and all of that, most of the time you will just see that you are not happy. You have to be your number one cheerleader, your number one happy, how will I put it? So what did I want to say? What am I driving at? Don't allow your emotions, don't say, sorry, separate your emotions from the outcome. So even when it seems like it's not working, remember, they are humans, they are not robots. And it doesn't mean that, probably they're already 5, 6, 7 years on earth, and from the day they were born or few months, like when they are growing up, you have been parenting them in a certain way and you've trained them, they are used to that, and now you want to retrain them. Something you've built for 5, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, you want to break it in a day. Is it possible? It's not possible. Except with divine intervention, it is possible then. But logically speaking, like our own mentality speaking, it will be difficult. So your child from the first day will be looking like you, like, okay, let me see, what are you doing? Are you serious? Are you playing? Is this my mommy? They are still trying to test you, try you and see if you will be consistent, persistent and all of that. Are you really serious? They will test your patience to the core. Like, if I really do it, does mommy really mean what she's saying? So if you attach your emotion to the outcome, you might find it difficult to forge ahead. And the funny part is that when it is most difficult, if you can hold on, if you can hold on, then relief is actually near. You are almost having your breakthrough. But when it goes to that point, oftentimes most people can't move past that stage because they have not separated their emotions from their child's behavior or from the outcome of what they've applied. Naturally, if your children do well, cope well, you'll be happy. And if they don't, before you think of another strategy or whatever, people that are talking of other strategies back a lot of it because they've learned it and some other stuff, something different has happened to them. That's why they could think that way. Naturally, normally, like reasonably speaking, you will get angry. In fact, you might be frustrated, you might not want to move forward, you might just see like, whoa, let me just keep shouting. And the fact is, your shouting will not bring, like, something, nothing good is really coming out of there. That's not the solution to the problem. So you should learn to separate that your children's character, your children's behavior, your children, the outcome of the effort you are putting in, the outcome that is coming out. You must separate your emotion, or else you might end up having hypertension and some other related diseases, depression and all of that. And this evil thought from this our enemy, that he will use the opportunity to creep in and start whispering to you, I said it, you can't make it, you can't, and you yourself, you'll be accepting and, flowing with that thought. And once you allow that thought to get to you, that's the end. The moment you start saying, oh, it's sad, I don't think I can do this, no, this is not for me, ah, or that one is even better. Oftentimes you might just start feeling like, oh, I'm worthless, I'm not a good mother, I can't parent my children properly. No, that's from shaitan. That's from shaitan. You want to seek refuge with your Lord immediately and stop there. Then start thinking of what you should do. Look at other aspects of our life. If you are doing something and it's not working, would you keep doing that thing even though it is difficult to leave that place? Won't you do everything possible to leave that situation? Would you remain there because it's difficult to get out? You would find a way to break through those thick walls. It will never be easy. That's what we are talking about. However, if you are determined for success, be it in life, it is near. It is just for you to get hold of your emotions. It is very important, because once you let it get to your emotions, you might find it difficult to forge ahead. Women naturally we are emotional. However, we can also retrain ourselves. We can be determined. If you want to, you can also think about it. Okay, why? That's why our why was important. What are you striving for? Why did you want to stop this yelling? Then you go back to what you have written down, what you have pasted boldly where you could see it, and you could read through, and you keep yourself recharged and up again. Pick yourself up and continue from where you stopped. If you make a mistake, it is fine. Don't let your emotions key you down. Don't let it hold you back. Don't let those thoughts hold you back. It is very, very natural. We are humans. But the point is not perfection, the point is consciousness. And as time goes on, you make it an habit. Probably you have been yelling for over 20 years, and you want to wake up just today. You want to stop connecting. Oh, sorry. In fact, subhanallah, I saw connecting now, and that was what came to me. All right, so you want to stop yelling just overnight. So it will take you a lot of effort, a lot of sacrifice, and it is not that hard actually. You just have to have the right mindset, and you should be determined that you want to leave this, this yelling face. It is not for me. It is not the way, proper way to bring up it. It is for the lazy people. That is the most lazy thing to do. However, long-term effect is greater. This is it. The process, the steps you want to take, the path you are trying to take now, you might not see the results today, you might not see the results tomorrow, but when the but can you hear me properly? This network and not connecting is actually distracting. If you can hear me, give me a one. Let me be sure I'm fine. All right, thank you. Okay, Jazakumullah khairan. So probably from their end. So I was trying to make a point that This process might seem difficult, might seem oh, it seems like it's not working, it seems like this, it seems like that, but your persistence, consistency and determination will make a change. I used to tell you a story from my one of my mentor, the story of the bamboo tree. Wallahi, that story I really love it because it's just like a what's it called? Um Perfect example for the situation. When you plant it, it doesn't grow in a year, two, three, or four, five. You water it for so many years and the land still looks barren. Nothing good is coming out of it. You do all possible things and it's not growing. But you see, the moment it starts to germinate, the speed is massive. Then you start seeing the result of the effort you've put in over the years. So that's what we are talking about. It's not like you want to mold the child. All this thing is a process. And don't forget, age matters. Age. Your children's age really matters. Okay? You should remember they are young. They don't understand all the grammar you are talking about. But as time goes on, your consistency will make them get it. Unless you really want to continue your parenting like that, then it's fine. You don't need to strike. Why do you need to disturb? Why did you need to disturb your hair yourself? The fact that you are here means the yelling is not working and you want a break. So why should you stop halfway? Okay? There are tons, thousands of parenting principles. We strive hard when our business is not working. We know how we work hard to make it, just to make it work. We don't have clarity. We find it hard just to have the clarity. So now this is something that they are amana to us from Allah. So your emotion, you don't train children with your emotion, or how are you going to put it? You train them by thinking straight. So if you let your emotions overtake you, you might find it very hard to forge ahead. You should know you are responsible for your own emotions. Don't let any external factor be the dictator of how you feel. Because the day your children don't behave well, you will be sad throughout that day. How long do we have to live that we have to live all our day in sadness, resentment, self-resentment? You should try your possible best, pray to Allah, and children will be children. That is another session. You have to learn how to understand your own emotions. I have a session on emotional mastery in the Red Gem Moms Avon that talks about emotions. It's about 2 episodes or thereabout. And stay tuned, inshallah. I have something for every one of you that would, because I was actually thinking yesterday, like, okay, what next after the next 7 days? What if you don't make it to the membership? So watch out, inshallah. May Allah make it easy for us all. All right. However, um, I was making a point. All right. So the point is, for Allah's sake, separate your emotions from the outcome. Children will be children, and you should always remember they are not doing it because they want to provoke you. They are also growing up. They are also trying to understand themselves, to discover who they are, to get hold of their own emotions. So the need for you to teach and guide them. De- Put on your detective art. Look at the problem. Is it your thinking? What your child has done, is it actually the way you see it, or are there something else? Are there something you should do? Your expectations, are you putting so too much expectation on these children? Remember, if they need habit you need to help them develop it. If you have missed previous sessions, please go back to them. May Allah make it easy for us. So sisters, apart even aside from our children, we should learn to separate our emotions from, okay, for example, if I want my emotions to be the controller of me, most likely I won't be here. Was it yesterday or a day before? Because someone sent me a message that was like, subhanallah, as in, before I got myself, hey, subhanallah, it was not easy. But alhamdulillah, I was like, I know now. How will I let this get to me like that? You understand? You have to learn to separate. Even when you are a mother, you want to be a digital marketer, you have to separate emotions from what you do, or else you will you hey. So your emotions, you are just in control. Don't give the key to anyone except you. And one more thing, once your children knows that if they do like this, you will react like this, they will use your emotions against you. They know how to press your buttons. So you should be the master of your emotions. We don't see things the same way. We don't think the same way. Okay? So, and for our children, they are very little. And sometimes, most, in fact, not most of the time, oftentimes, what they do is not to get at us. They are just trying, they are trying to figure it out too. They are trying to behave right too. And the way we make them feel also affects the way they behave. 100%. If you make your child feels like they are incapable, they are useless, they are this, they are that, you are the type that used to say, "Ha, you cannot do," in Yoruba. There's a phrase. It came to mind now, and let me see if I can get it. Kò sí nǹkan tí wọ́n lè ṣe ń tiẹ̀, there's nothing you can do. You can't do anything right. If you are saying that to your children, stop it, because they will never do anything right if you keep saying that. You should have positive mindset and positive expectations. Even though it seems that they always make mistakes, you should be positive in your words. You should be an encourager. Or how will I put it? Is that English correct? You should encourage them. Do you understand? Encourage them. You should be positive. You can do it well. Teach them, instead of you to say, yeah, you can never get anything right, you can never do anything right. Why don't you get up and show Abdullah, oh Abdullah, this is how you do it. Next time you put this in this, he make mistake another day, teach him again, and see, maybe if you teach him up to 10 times, 50 times, 100 times, maybe he will not learn it. Will he not learn it? But we are in haste. We want that. No, 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 boom, 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 boom. They should know it. I don't know how to explain it. We expect that they have our own brain. How many decades have we used on earth? How many years or months are these children before you learn what you have learned? How many years and decades did it take you? And you are comparing it and expecting it from someone that's trying to figure out where he is or where she is. A 2-year-old that still needs to be sucking, like, okay, just out of the sucking realm. You get the gist. So we need to be more, we should be more mature in our own, just imagine you are in a relationship that there is an adult and there is a baby in that relationship, there is a young child. What should you do? You should be an adult in the relationship. You should be mature. So don't let it get at you. We often think, oh, and one surprising thing. Okay, let me ask you first. Is it the way that you behave with your children that you behave with other people's children? Be sincere oh, don't lie, say the truth. Why? Okay, maybe I should bring an example for you to understand me. Someone already got the gist, right? Your child will behave somehow and you'll be like, because you expect you that's your expectation, one of the subconscious expectation most of us have. We expect our children to be perfect. Because your child behaves somehow now, you have turned all your high ball, roll it hungry. But if another person's child does that, you don't really, it doesn't really get. In fact, you be the one telling their mommy that, leave her alone, she's still a baby. Yes salam. Is that true or false? But when is, you are still the same person that will be telling them that, ah still a baby now, stop, leave him. Why is it that when it gets to our own children, we can't take it for 1 second? Subhanallah, it will be as if you will be using that your eyes to say, if I should catch you, and if I should, I will. Why are we not placing too much expectations on those children? It's part of review your expectation. Are you sincere? So why is you have connected your emotions so much, you have attached it to these children? May Allah forgive us all. That is what I'm telling you. Wallahi, if you go and look at it, the Prophet ﷺ has told us that anger is from shaitan. When you feel angry, one sisters, I forgot to change my network to the network I use here before I started. So I think the point I was making before was when I said that the Prophet ﷺ told us that when we are feeling anger, is shaitan overtaking us, right? All right, Jazakumullah khairan, I've seen it. All right, alhamdulillah. That's the same place I'm saying alhamdulillah. All right, I'm back. Network is better now. Okay, so you should know, and Shaitan has already promised us that is going to lead us all astray, right? And where is the first place to get everything all messed up? Is from the home. And Shaitan aside, no one told us what we are going to meet. Our ignorance is the second one. It happens to everybody, so it's not anyone calling anyone ignorant here. So it's at some point we all learn, aha, and we know what is best for us to do, and we take up the right path, binillah. All right. So when it comes to our children, we just cannot accept it. When others are now telling us it's a small child though, he's young, go, you now be saying, you already have two brothers. That is when you remember that he has two brothers, so he's shaking it con, he can shaking it con. So for Allah's sake, let's have trouble when it comes to when it comes to things relating to our children. We should be patient. We should seek Allah's help and assistance. The Prophet ﷺ encouraged us to nurture children from the point of care, from the point of love. It builds the connections, it builds the bond, it makes the love, it strengthens the love. And especially when your children are young, you want to use that opportunity to build that bond. You might not have any other time in their lifetime that you would be able to bond with them. And for people with smaller children, wallahi, this phase, it actually go very fast. I was looking at my daughter when I was like, hey, now wow, she's already growing too. And those baby stage that you can easily cuddle them and all of that. It's not like you can't still cuddle them, but can you compare it to when they are a baby? It's gone, and it's gone for good. And so why Why do you want to spend all those years yelling and having on some expectations that you know is not really worth it? Something that you need to teach them. Your child poo on the floor, pick him up and put him on the potty. Today, tomorrow, before 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, one day before he clocks three, he's going to understand it, right? So remember, children grow up. I'm not saying you shouldn't train them, but the point is, in the process of training, if you allow the emotions to get to you, I'm talking about potty training especially, you can damage all the old thing you've been doing. And when fear where there is fear, you can't function well. Pa- as an adult, as old as you are right now, you yourself, I'm not even talking about the children, in a place where where you are fearful, how do you even want to go there? If you don't have a choice and you are there, would you be yourself? As a matter of fact, you will most likely keep making mistakes because you are not yourself, because you don't know if you put if you place your bag here, if it is the right thing to do. You are confused, right? You are not comfortable, you are not who you're supposed to be. That's the way your children too are. May Allah not give us a tyrant husband, but if you have a man that keeps you in a way that you are fearful, or maybe he's not even like that on a norms, maybe you are the one that crossed the border. There's boundary, then you cross the border without anybody even scolding you, because you know you've done wrong and you know what will come after it. If it has been something like that, how would you feel? You'll be shivering already. You even want to serve the food, it's possible that the plate drops from your hand, from your you know you don't know what to do. That will be mistake again. You are trying to, even if it's not your husband, maybe it's just to be someone above you, or your boss, or whatever, someone above you that could make you feel that way. So why is our children different? Are you getting the gist, sisters? May Allah is our first. Let's try to separate the outcome from our emotions, so we would be able to parent them from the point of love, and we would be able to guide them bismillah. So um did you get the gist? Do you have a question? I don't understand your question. You said when my children intentionally do not listen to what tips can I don't understand. We said yesterday, or is it the day before yesterday, we should look at our thinking. If we have not listened to it, please do. Number one, how old is that child that we are talking about? Number two, what makes you so sure that they intentionally not listen to you? I'm here. Oh, I'm trying to fix something. I'll read through the message and respond. Shall yeah. He said, Assalamu alaikum to. Okay, welcome, sister. If I'm not getting you wrong, the outcome you mean here is the child behavior. Yes, the children are their behaviors. We should not let it be the controller of our emotions. Welcome, Sister Mariam. My 2-year-old is always good at doing the exact thing he is asked not to do. What do my beloved? Okay, what to do? The way the request. Were you here yesterday? You might need to go through yesterday's session. But the point is that the way you have asked it, so you have to go to previous sessions. The questions have been answered. But a quick one is that the way you ask and say it is also important. And the second is that children will be children. So you have to train them and develop their listening skills. They should learn to listen. All right, is that there are no more questions? There are no much questions. Oh, I'm just saying this. Oh, how can one manage a child that is so destructive and stubborn? How old is the child? Okay, so what's like example of what you mean by destructive, so we can know how to answer the question. A quick one. All right, while I wait for their response and the person that is typing, you have any feedback, remember to drop it. If you have what's it called, if you have anything to share, please do. And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And we look forward to see you in the private membership and in the ask him if it's good habits. I'm not getting this. Oh, okay. Ask him if it's good habit or bad habit. Let him know that Allah loves those who do good. Okay, someone is trying to. Yes, I have something for you. Keep calm. It's in the oven. It's baking. Don't worry. Actually, I want to get this question. I'm coming, sister. Let me get what she's trying to say. I'm not getting the question because sometimes the way, for example, why I actually want to get this child's issue is that um, sometimes there's something that is our duty that we are not doing it. For example, maybe there are some things that we need to take away, or there are some things that we need to teach them. There will be something. So before we conclusively say a child is destructive, and if I just go straight up without understanding the underlining, I might be saying some things that might be unfair. So it is very necessary for me, because in this case I'm like a doctor. I'm trying to diagnose the the whole situation so I can give you a perfect fix prescription with the leave of Allah. Okay? So that was why I asked for extra understanding of the situation. Aha. Right? All right. Okay. Inshallah. All right. I'm coming. I want to quickly respond to my personal assistant. For those joining, you might not know I have a personal assistant here. So you need my assistant. So I'm coming. Although it's my personal assistant, it's like I'm the one assisting. Imagine. I'm coming, please. Thank you, sister. Yeah, the second person giving me this title. So instead of being a son, I'm now a sack or what? It is well. Oh. My dad's dream was for me to be a son, eh? And now you people are giving me a sack. That's serious. Okay, hello, understand. Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, I'm through with you. I mean, yeah, it's gone already. Yeah, I'm back with you, huh? All right, so please, my question is about second born children. Why is it this stereotype about second born as stubborn and blast? What can be done to correct this stereotype? Number one thing is for you to change your thinking, change your thinking, change your thinking, change your thinking. This label is serious. So my own brother that was the second child is very gentle. Ha! Subhanallah. Me, I don't have this experience, so I don't know. My brother is in fact, he's a man now, a married man with children. He will not talk. He used to fight with his older sibling that is a guy that not fight like that. He used to complain that he can talk too much. He can't finish his, I don't even know how to explain. This one I don't know. I don't know anything about this, so I don't know. I think we should change our thinking, first. And the second one is that when you have finally changed your thinking, that it's not like his second born, then you will face the problem at hand, the main situation. What is the situation? What did he need to learn? What did he need to? So from there, Jazakumullah khairan. Sincerely, my brother is very. In fact, yeah, I was saying my mommy was even saying it recently that he would never say what is as in you will before you get what is on his mind. I remember when he wanted to get married, I was telling him that please don't take this your gentle habit inside your home. Oh, you should be playful and you understand. Me too. No, he's very cool. Ha, ya salam. Beside him, I'm not cool anything. It's only when probably you have not met him, you would say maybe if you know me, like you might think maybe I'm gentle. It's just nature as well. So the point is, Sister Sharifa, try to understand, diagnose the problem. Okay, you should try to go through previous sessions. Inshallah, you find answers. They are all pinned above. Okay. So I'll try to round off the session soonest. So it is not a stereotype. The first thing, change your mindset. It is nature of each child. Probably it is just a coincidence. You understand? Probably you have seen one or because if you ask me, like I'm thinking right now, thinking of the second children I knew, and they're kind of I've not really seen the one that is this like the way you have explained it now. Sincerely. Oh, I remember one now. I remember one now. But it's just a coincidence actually. So it's not like some people used to say it's the first child that is this, that is that. Okay, so change your thinking first. So once you've done that, then you'll be able to address each child. There's this thing mistake we do. The mistake we make is that we all want all our children to behave the same. It's not possible. From my mom, we are four, and the four of us, we are different human being entirely. If you see my sister and me, you will not believe that we are even from the same mother. She's not bad though, don't misunderstand, but the person we are different. All my likes might not be what. In fact, we don't really have so many things in common at all. In fact, physically, everything, not to talk of behavior. So your children will be different, their behaviors, their preference, everything will be different, what they want. So you might be trying to use the rules or principles or way you've raised your first child or your second child, and that's not what they want. It's not working for them, so you have to change your strategy to what would help that child. You understand? So don't always praise your children the same. Don't use the same thing for them. I don't know if you get the gist. So what works for A might not works for B. So you understand? So it depends on the particular child. So you should focus and try to use your detective art to detect what the problem is, so you found the solution. So I was looking at hearing from the other sister, but I don't know, probably network. I'm not seeing a message. But the point is that it might be that you need to set some boundaries for your child. Okay? And like I used to say, I don't like us using negative words, but I understand you want me to understand the question. But change, look at it more. Is it that there are some things that she needs to know how to care for? Maybe you need to teach her how to care for things. You need to okay, subhanallah, I miss that. Cutting the window net, breaking toys, and eating others unnecessary. How long did she use on screen? All this thing also matters, but let's assume she doesn't use screen. She's not always on screen. Then she needs to learn how to you know be responsible. Thank you, Momot Maina. Wallahi, that's just the truth. 100%. And even the twin that came from one single egg, that one egg broke into two to form them. So you have to use different approach where needed, inshallah. Okay, yes. The child needs to learn so many things, and the child needs to be responsible without getting away with negative behaviors. Okay, so like cutting the net. Why did that happen? You should put on your detective hat. What did she use to cut the net? Is it very accessible? What should you put in place? Breaking toys. Can all the toys just go out for now until the whole restoration process? Eating, and this kind of thing is something that needs follow up and step by step guide. It might not be something that we just answer one and then we just is not something that the child would have picking at once. It is something that have been building up. So now we have to gradually take it away. So you can't just simply go full flesh setting up consequence. There are so many questions begging for answers. There must be a reason why we get here. So it's until we are able to unlock that issue, that underlying, because all these, they are just symptoms of something that is wrong. You understand? Maybe there are skills this child needs to learn. Maybe this child needs to play more outside. This child also needs to understand his or emotion and express herself. And she needs to be, there are so many things, so many questions begging for answers, and so many things that needs to be, to be worked on both the parent and the child. Okay, sometimes yesterday we talked about who owns the problem. Funny enough, if we actually dig deep, it might not be the child's fault. You understand? It might not just be that there are some skills that she needs to learn, and one of it is to be responsible for their toys, for their things. You understand? And you have to start from teaching her all this. She's still young, it is still easy to correct, inshallah. So we'll be drawing the curtain here. How do I live with a 5-year old that like playing? Well, as an answer for another day, I'm actually tired now. But it's natural for a 5-year old to play. But one quick one is that you can give them alternatives. I'm sorry, I can't look past this one. I have to respond. This is what I'm saying. I was saying was the problem a few minutes ago. If you ask the child not to take the ball to school and phone 10-year-old, the child shouldn't. You should be firm. When we say we should parent from the point of love, it doesn't take away our firmness. I explained this yesterday. You can go back through the previous session. Your word should be gold. Because of this, the child might not be able to change that habit, because your word does not, they shouldn't phone to school, especially that one got me. You understand? So you should be firm. May Allah make it easy for us all. All right, sisters. I was trying to reach out to Water when you dropped that. Barakallahu, so I would love to Bismillah, hear your feedbacks and all of that. And there are some special cases we need to attend to, especially that you might not get full answer here. You can reach out to me. You can join the Mom's Haven, Bidnillah, just 3,005 per month. Scroll up. Okay, I'll try to pin it now. Uh, since you know you, well, I mean, but what I know is that there is no how smart he wants to be. You can still be smarter. In fact, not that you can still be smarter. You have to be smarter. And you cannot do this alone. You might need to collaborate with the school in achieving this. So when they also sees that he brought it or something like that, they can as well do their own path from that end. So anywhere he is, he would meet anybody there. So he wouldn't have that freedom. May Allah make it easy anyway. But I believe that since all these things are like you can predict and preempt that you can do this, you can do that, you can as well put in the effort. All right, it's the end of day 5 of our 7-day challenge, and I'm glad for your feedbacks, and I would love to read more to give me more energy. May Allah ease our affairs, may Allah perfect our concerns. Remember to be um you have to remember to not attach your emotions to your child's behavior. If you are just joining us today, most likely you might not really get the full gist. I would appreciate you. No, I will encourage you. That's better. I will encourage you. The best thing you could do for yourself and your children, the replay is available up there. Go back, start from day 1 and get through day 5. Bismillah, once again, once the 7-day challenge is done, the replays are gone, Bismillah. Okay, so Barakallahu fi. Well done. May Allah strengthen you. It's not easy to take out 1 hour, 1.5 hour of your time. It's just because you want to be better. Don't worry, Sister Amina. Wallahi, there is no problem that cannot be solved. Wallahi. The first is to seek Allah's assistance. The second is what you are doing now, and we need to do it on a deeper level. And then what? Don't allow your emotions to overtake you. Try to be firm, be kind, and all of that. Get the principle right, apply it. In this case, you have other people involved and they have to be carried along. Parenting is not something you can do alone, it takes a community. It wasn't yesterday I was saying that it's just one woman that bring the child to life. However, it takes a whole lot of others to bring up the child. So the ones that are in your control, you will control it, and the ones you can't control, of course, there is nothing you can do about it. Hey, wow, I'm glad to read that from you. Alhamdulillah. Okay, how can I forget? Let me let me stop the recording first. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika.